Hi everyone, Adrian Groenewald, Me Vision Academy. What a privilege to be with you again today as I hold another purpose conversation with a leader who has discovered his purpose. Before I introduce him, just by way of introduction, I'm also welcoming you to the frontier of a new era. And this is very innovative, where we are mobilizing purpose-driven individuals to become citizens of Me Vision. And in a way, we see Me Vision as the first ever digital global country with no borders. Okay, here we mirror the sectors and leadership levels of physical nations, empowering our Me Vision citizens to profoundly influence and elevate their home countries around the globe. That's why we are mobilizing purpose-driven individuals in all sectors and in all countries and on all levels. So it's very exciting to sit with Garth, the Klerk, CEO of Insurance Crime Bureau. He's got a lot of leadership experience and he has found his purpose. Garth, it's great to have you with us and maybe tell us your story of how you found your purpose. Was it accidental or intentional?
Oh, thank you very much for having the discussion with me, Adrian. I think, like most people, I stumbled into my purpose in life. We start off with a survival mode of where we have to work to survive, and being a boomer, you sort of work to live. It's one of those things that we just have to do. In my case, I was lucky enough to stumble across the Insurance Crime Bureau back in 2015, where I was looking for a change in my life to maybe be more meaningful. And I was privileged to meet this team of incredible individuals that had been created to combat crime within the financial services sector. And when I started working with them and I became part of the team, I suddenly discovered that, geez, this is an environment where we can really make a difference and help South Africa to fight the scourge of crime. So that has become my purpose in life. And like many, as I said, I think you sort of stumble across it. And the challenge is to really recognize it when you find it.
Oh, interesting. So, so, so just define for me quickly then. It is to get rid of the scourge, but just define your purpose
Correct.
particularly.
Correct. So, I mean, as you would know, being South African, we are plagued with a lot of physical crime within South Africa, and we have challenges not only curtailing that crime, but keeping it at a satisfactory level. Physical crime, contact crimes are continuously on the rise. Now, a lot of those crimes are financially driven, and a lot of them emanate within the financial services sector, whether you're talking about romance scams or social engineering or insurance fraud or financial fraud. They all have a monetary modus operandi or monetary motivation for people to abuse other people. And our job is to detect fraud and crime within the insurance industry and larger financial services sector. And then we get involved in the mitigation of that fraud and crime within the sector. So we work with law enforcement, with legislators to investigate it, to prosecute it, and to eventually achieve convictions of these individuals that are abusing other people.
Hmm. So I'm fascinated by the fact that before you did that, you were also already in CEO positions. Okay, so you had led
Great.
at a senior level. I'm guessing you had some level of purpose there, but you hadn't found this purpose yet. So we can be quite successful without a very meticulous, specific purpose in life, potentially. Or what's your view on that?
No, so I agree with you, Adrian. I think you have to define what your purpose is in life. Is it family? Is it religion? Is it career? Is it friends? You can, as you develop through your life, change that and add to it. As you develop as an individual, you start to change and morph and change your purposes. I think early on in my career, my intent or my purpose was to be the best businessman I could be, and secondary, look at, how to develop a personal life. I then realized that in order to be a servant leader, you first have to be able to manage yourself, and really prioritize what's more important between career, family, friends, religion, whatever it might be to yourself. as I was able to mature in my leadership style, I realized although I was really enjoying my career within the insurance industry, I was missing something. I was missing a part of who I wanted to be. And that was the working with people, developing people, and looking for opportunities to really make a difference and be a little bit more innovative.
Mm. What did it do for you and your leadership when you discovered or found this specific purpose for your energy levels, for just life in general?
Oh, it just elevated everything. It made me really open my eyes to the fact that as individuals, we are lucky when we find a space in which we can really add value. I'm a firm believer that in any organization, in our case, we're a non-profit, but whether it's a corporate, whether it's a non-profit, whether it's a single man business or single woman business, you have to protect the asset of that company or that organization, and that asset is the people.
Mm.
I'm a firm believer in that a company is judged by the people it keeps. And our job is to develop, retain, and ensure that those people are really rewarded for what they do. So this particular position gave me the opportunity to work with people who we could develop as a team and really grow as a team.
Mm. I would guess that the Insurance Crime Bureau is a purpose-driven organization. I mean, is there a deep sense of purpose in it all the way throughout its structures? I'm sure it's not massive, but would you also
Yeah,
say it's a
so
purpose-driven organization?
definitely. I mean, it's not a huge organization. We're a relatively small nonprofit, as I said. However, each individual that works there is extremely committed to the cause. We don't work an 8 to 5 job or 9 to 5 job. Where there's crime, the guys are there and the people are combating the criminals on the street. We've got ladies and gents that are out on the street at all hours of the night, all hours of the morning, chasing down criminals where they exist. So, in order to do that, you have to be really committed to adding value to society, to improving the world in which we live and operate.
Yeah. Yeah, Garth, thank you for finding that purpose. Obviously, we need it. We've all, in some way, shape, or form, been exposed to this kind of crime that we have. I certainly have at my bank a few times, and it's just crazy how it's increasing. So maybe let's just end for a moment. Anything you want to say about purpose is I'm happy with, but your advice to people out there who want to uncover or find their purpose, but they haven't, and they not sure how.
So, Adrian, it's such a difficult question because it's a dream that everybody can discover their purpose easily. It's not something that everybody's going to recognize straight away. So my advice to people is just keep a lookout for where you can make a difference, even if it's in one individual's life. Just keep a lookout for that opportunity to pay it forward, to lead, to be that servant leader where you can really assist, like I say, even one other individual in bettering their future or their existence. So many of us, especially in South Africa and in the world at the moment, the economies are very tough. South Africa has got an incredibly high unemployment rate. So a lot of us are working in order to survive. Purpose is a luxury, but I encourage people to continue to watch out for that luxury. It's there. You just have to find the opportunity to add value, the opportunity to make a difference within your society or your environment. And those opportunities exist. You just have to put that little bit of extra effort in looking for that visibility.
So keep looking, be aware, be present. It will come if you want it to come, if I can say it that way.
100%. And I think sometimes it sounds so generic or so cliched, but you have to create that opportunity.
Mm.
And it takes effort, it takes energy. But those opportunities are out there. We just need to decide how best to exploit them.
Garth Klerk, CEO, Insurance Crime Bureau, found his purpose. Thank you for spending some time with us, telling us about your journey and inspiring others to find theirs. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Audra.